every Wednesday, somewhere between 1:30 and 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We're on the earlier side today, which is awesome. I'm continuing with my designs for the kayaks, and last week we did paddle boards. Sasha had requested paddle boards and kayaks, so this week we're going to do the kayaks. I made some more sketches for designs there, and then of course we have the ones from last week. You can always get the templates in my Etsy DIY shop. I'll link it up in the description below the video. And without further ado, let's flip the screen and get started. So I'm going to flip the screen. You're going to see my neighbor's house, and we are going to adjust that, bring it around. I'll just do my little adjustments that I need. We're going to bring this back a little bit. We're going to pull the screen up a little bit, bring that over here. And I'm just going to lift, excuse me while I alter this a little bit, lift this up a little bit. No, is that right? No, it's this one that I want. There we go. Perfect. Excellent. So let's get set up and get started on what we are doing. I'm going to pull the video up on my channel here. There we go. No, is this right? Wait, 8 months ago. No, that's not right. I'm on the wrong channel. Let's go back. Let's turn off the sound. I'm like, in the video that popped up, my hair was wet, but my hair is totally dry today. I didn't wash it today. Haha. Hi, Amber. How are you? There we go. Okay, perfect. Little glitch there. And I am going to maybe bring this over a little more. No, that has to go that way. I think I have to, I have to figure out where I have to sit. I guess I could extend the arm a little bit. I think we're okay here. We should be okay here. No, this has to be, I need more this way, I think. I think it's doing the opposite of what I think here. Excuse me while I just figured, no, this isn't right at all. So I have to bring this over here, I guess. Oh my goodness. I am not doing well today with this. Let me just adjust this a little bit more. There we go. How was your baseball game, Amber? You went yesterday. That was fun. Okay, I think this is better. Woo, having troubles here. Oh, okay, I think we're good. So this is what we did last week. We did the paddle board with the resin. Let me pull this up a little bit more. There we go. Mirta, are you there? Oh, I saw the hearts. Maybe that's Mirta, hopefully. Okay, so which way do we go? I keep thinking, I think we have to bring it this way more. There we go, we're gonna try that. So that's the paddle board, and then this is the person on the paddle board. This is the other one with the doggy that people like that one. Bring this over a little bit more. And these sketches for the templates are here for today. So I wanted to try one with the resin, and then some, I meant to get some stones and beads. Oh goodness, let me have a quick look in my cupboard for some beads, because I don't know if I have any in this collection. If not, I might have to go downstairs. But this is sort of a random collection of beads that I have. There she is. Just finished lunch. Nice. That's awesome. Okay, so what have we got in this little collection of beads? And if I don't have anything here, I'll go downstairs. Like this. These aren't really flat. These are more three-dimensional. I know I have some ovalish flat beads. But the question is, like, this is too round. Where did I put them? That's a good question. Let me run downstairs and see if I have any beads. You guys can look at the beads for a second, or actually probably more interesting would be to look at the templates. So if you want to have a look at the templates, and I will just double check another bead bin. Not there. I put all my other extra beads in the basement, so I think I don't have any suitable ones here. I'm gonna run down uber fast and look for the beads. Okay, I'm back. I thought it would be really cool if I had some sea glass, but I don't. So I have these that are stones and different things. And what else do I have? Let's see. Oh, I also have these. I think there's something in there that's good. Often people will give me their old beads, and so I have a bunch of things. You had pizza for lunch? Nice. That's awesome. I love pizza. I haven't had pizza for a while. So these are all semi-precious stones and shells. But look at this. I have a bunch in here. These are the perfect shape. I think we might use something like that. I'll double check. I don't have any other colors. I know I used to have some blue ones like that, but I don't right now. So let's take one of these out, because I think they would be the perfect size. Okay, what have we got? We've got maybe the green one. Okay, let's take one of these ones. They're really pretty. Okay, let's take one of these. Cut it here. Okay, and we want to make sure it's pretty flat. This one's pretty flat. Let's go for that. I'm going to put these ones back. And so that'll be ready to go. I did want to try this little guy, which is very similar to this guy. Let's move this. So this is very similar to this style, which you could do in the same way that I did this one. So if you want to do one similar, like just in wire, you could. But I thought, wouldn't it be fun to try that one in resin? Because I do like to change things up a little bit. So I will get some 20 gauge wire. I was thinking even 18 maybe would be better to have a good solid base for the resin. I don't want to use flat wire. I want to try something different with the, this is a stiffer wire. This is the tarnish resistant brass in the 18 gauge. We can try that. And Mustafa, wow, hello. It's been a hot minute. How are you? Nice to see you. It's nice you came today. I'm doing some resin. So I'm going to take a piece of this. I don't know how much, maybe probably about 12 inches-ish. Hopefully the round wire will work with the resin. I think the flat wire is better, but I'm just going to do a little light coat. So we're going to see. Yeah, what are you up to these days, Mustafa? You've been busy with school, I guess. I don't know what your school year is, so let us know how you're doing. Corey, how you doing? Are you at the cottage? I think you're up there till Thanksgiving, you said. Wow. Okay, so let's just check this out. And also the question is, how are we going to finish this in a way that we can fill it in with resin? Just let me think for a second. Where do I want to connect it? Because we have to connect it in one place. Maybe we'll just connect it like in here or something. I think I'll do that. So I'm going to go ahead and just try to trace the shape. You got into university. That's awesome. That's amazing. When does that start, Mustafa? Congratulations. Wow. I'm not shocked though. I know you are one smart cookie, that's for sure. That's awesome. Very exciting. What are you going to be studying at university? Wow, that's so cool. Oh my goodness. University seems like a million years ago. And we're going to do this. And actually I have to be careful not to overlap these if we're doing resin. So I'm going to be careful about that. We're going to bring this over here, and I guess at about here we'll bring it up. Yeah, we're going to be really careful about that. Up and maybe bring it out a little more. I don't think that, I don't know if kayaks are bent like that or they're more curved. I think they're more curved. There we go. Yeah, that's so exciting, going to university. Awesome. Yeah, I went to university from 1984 to 1988. It was a long time ago. I studied fine art and consumer studies, which was more like marketing, design, and all that type of thing. And then of course we had to take psychology and all these other random classes as well. It was a nice combination and perfect because I started my own business, so it was good to have a business background as well. That's great. Okay, we're going to come around here. And the idea behind this is we want to make it flat. Even though this line here overlaps, I have to stay on track here. Even this overlaps, we want to do it in a way that everything's flat. So we're going to bring this one up. We have to bring this up a little bit more. Okay. I don't want any crisscrosses. Whereas with the other guy, this one, we crossed over here. And I don't want that because I want to try to do the resin. So we're going to have to actually bend it back there. Okay, we're going to bend it. Oh, maybe do I need my round? Well, these are my round pliers. I thought those were my square ones. Okay, so we're going to bring it back here. And I don't mind if it's stylized, so I might make the head quite big. And then that way, oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me, guys. Whoa. Wow, where did that come from? So that way, we could poke a hole in it to get it to hang. I think that's good. Well, unless we do our thing where we do the two doodads at the top. That might be easier. I just want it to hold together. Okay, I have two choices. Let me get my pencil. See. Pencil. Okay, here's a pencil. So this is where we have to make choices. Thank you. Gesundheit. So this one, we either want to do it like this, the head, and like that. That looks kind of silly though. He looks a bit like an alien. So let's not do that. Let's do this here. My principal is accessory design, and the college hasn't already started. It's been a month. It has already started, a month and a half. That's, wow, that sounds such an interesting area of study. Huh. Accessory design. Tell us what that is. It sounds really interesting. Very cool. Wow. Very interesting. I know even the program that I took back in the day, they changed the name of the program. It's not called that anymore. It's not called Consumer Studies. So I don't know what they call it anymore. I don't even know if they have that same combination of studies. At the time, I kind of created my own program in a sense, because I had a major in fine art and a minor in consumer studies, and I think I was probably the only one that was doing that at the time. Most other people were in would just do consumer studies as a major. So that was fun, and actually it was really fun. I lived on campus, and there was a program they called it HAFA, which was hotel and food administration, maybe. I forget exactly what it stood for. But HAFA, it was for people that wanted to work in the food industry, and so they would have they had an actual kind of mock-up of a restaurant, and the kids would learn how to cook and how to plan menus, how to do the admin, how to do everything. They learned everything in the hotel and food industry. And once a week, once the program got started, you used to be able to go and get a meal there. So they would have very discounted meals. It's like going to a culinary school. So you could go and get a very discounted meal served by the students and created by the students. And it was wonderful. It was really amazing. I'm really enjoying it, but there's a lot of work. I can imagine. That's intense. No wonder we don't see you. I can imagine that you're very, very, very busy, and it's an honor that you dropped by to say hello, because I know you're super busy, Mustafa, and I appreciate it. Yeah, very appreciate your long time support. It's hard to believe it's been so long. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure you'll be fine with it, because, like I said, you're one smart cookie, and I'm pretty sure you're good at managing your time and stuff. So very cool. I can't wait to hear more about it. So here's this guy. I hope his arm is thick enough for resin. We're gonna see. So it's just a very funny little outline, okay? Doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're going to clip that in place. Connie, hello. Nice to see you. We got most of our regulars here today. So let's give this one a little clip. And how did you guys like the laser engraving video? I'm going to be working on more this weekend, including how to color laser engrave. So apparently with this machine, you can color laser engrave. It doesn't work so well on aluminum, but it works very well on stainless steel. So I hope I have enough pieces that they sent me that I could do a test on that. It was incredible. Oh, your daddy watched it. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. I had a lot of fun making it. It was a learning curve. I struggled. That took me over a month to make that, because first of all, just figuring out the machine, and then actually filming the clips, editing the clips. My computer crashed, so I didn't actually lose clips, but it was, at one point I was stuck and I couldn't edit, so yeah, that was fun. So this front part might be a little long. I think they're more centered for the kayaks, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. We can maybe bring this over a little bit. There we go. We'll just bring that over there. Mustafa, accessory and lifestyle design consists of all kinds of accessories like footwear, bags. Oh, how cool is that? That's perfect for you. I love that. Amazing, Mustafa. Yeah, you are going to be so good at that. Yeah, I can't wait to hear, how it evolves and everything. You're such a creative person. Yeah, there we go. And are you still posting on Instagram and stuff? I must admit, I'm not the best at going on Instagram to actually look at other people's stuff. It sounds really bad, but same with Facebook. I tend to post and run, which is maybe not the best thing. I'm a little more interactive, believe it or not, on my comic one, because some of those meme people are so funny. Oh my goodness. But I don't tend to scroll on Facebook So if you guys ever post something that I don't see and you want me to see it, maybe just send it to me, because I'm very delinquent about actually scrolling on social media, only because I just have so much, I spend too much time on the computer. There, so we did our little wonky little shape. Let's take a picture of it. I'm gonna get my, oh, there's the phone. I think I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that phone. I'm gonna just take a picture of this. We're not quite charged, my thing either, so let's go ahead and take a picture. We'll just do a few pictures along the way. I'll put it back to, I'm gonna put it back to later to charge. Oh yeah, Mirta would love that, all what you're doing, Mustafa, with all the design and stuff. She does all kinds of sewing and creating and stuff. And Mirta, I really like that channel you sent me of your friend. When is that video posting? He did a video about a making a jig. Did that already go up? Yeah, I'll try to share that on in the community section, Mirta, that people can check out his channel. So I'm actually going to write that down. So, jig, Mirta's friend. So if it's not already, if it's not already up, maybe people can watch the premiere. And if it's not, yeah, if it's not up, people can watch the premiere, and if not, you can watch the replay. So that's cool. So let's go ahead and try to get this going with the resin. I just hope it's going to work with this 18 gauge, and that it's not going to come apart, like leak underneath. We're going to see. Oh, that's cool. Okay, you're supposed to keep it. That's what's different now. When I was in school, it didn't exist. Social media didn't exist, obviously. The only experience I had with computers was in my high school art class. We did graphics on one of those very early Mac computers. But everything is so different now, and they encourage social media, which is wonderful. You know, it's that you have that ability to create a website, create social media, create videos. It's a different world. It's a really different world now, and it's got its pros and cons for sure. Would do my major in jewelry. Oh, that would be so cool. Oh my goodness. Nico, is going to be tomorrow at 3 p.m. on the live stream. Okay, so I will share that in the community section. So if I'm not available tomorrow at 3, which I know I won't be because I'm going to be out and about, but you guys, if you want to watch a premiere and chit chat on Mirta's friend's channel, I will link it. I'm going to link it in the community section. That's awesome. And if I am out and can try to hop on, I will make a concerted effort. Now, Mirta, remind me, is this someone you know that's local to you, that lives in your town? Or is this someone you know online? I don't remember. You can tell us about him. And I looked at his channel quickly. He does a lot of crafty stuff, and so he made a video on how to make a jig. So that's right up our alley, right? That's awesome, and I'm happy to promote other fellow artisans. So, okay, so here's our guy. Let's get our butts in gear, guys. I'm going really slow today. Here's the resin thing. Here's that. Here's where's the spoon? Here's the spoon. And what color should we do today? Last time we did purple. Remember we did the purple? Okay, we did purple with that. Maybe I will do that in another color. What color should we do? I mean, we could do purple again. Our curriculum is very practical, less writing, a lot of, that's wonderful. That sounds amazing. Well, whatever you end up specializing in, I know it's going to be amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's see what we have. I mean, I could do the guy in more. Why don't we do the guy in gold this time? Okay, let's do the guy in gold and we'll do the paddle in a different color. And let's not use too much resin like last time. That was a bit of a disaster. So we're gonna put some resin in there. Don't need too much. It's like tapping out salt or pepper. It's like tapping pepper out of a pot. Like it's very hard. Or you know what it's more like? It's like, I think I told you guys last week, it's like trying to tap garlic powder out of a pot, and then you just get too much. Although some people would argue that you can never have too much garlic, which is probably right. So you know what I'm going to do first? Rather than put it right in the thing, I'm actually going to tap a little on a paper first because I don't trust myself. We're going to put some on the paper first, and we're going to, like, what do you think, guys? Is that might even be too much? We're just going to bring some into there. There. I put half of it. We're going to mix it. And the main reason too you don't want too much is because it takes longer to cure when you have too much. So that was just a very little bit. You know what? It's pretty good. I think it was Corey that was telling me that you really don't need that much. And I think that's going to be plenty. I use a spoon. Smart. That's a good idea. Okay. Green water. He will be so happy. We are always 5 people online. It's kind of weird. Okay. Nice. That's fun. And Mirta, did I miss that he's someone that lives nearby you, or if he's a friend that you know online? I missed that. Does he live in your town? Okay, so let's pop a little bit there. Oh, that's too much. Okay, we're going to need a toothpick or something. Okay, let's get a little bit in here. Okay. Oh, I have there's a little lump in there. I think that's from last week's stuff. That's okay. I'm going to put this. Yeah, that was enough. Definitely plenty of resin. Knock on wood, it's not, oh, it's going to leak here. I can see it. It's definitely going to leak there. Oh, I don't know what to do about that. Okay. Let me just think. There must be a way to fix that, like to create a kind of a barrier or something. I'm sure there's a way to fix that. Okay, I'm going to do that in a second. Right now, I'm going to get a toothpick. Okay, and there must be a solution for this. And also, I hope the wire isn't, maybe if I put like a toothpick or something there. Here, what if we did this? And just stuck it there. Like make a little barrier. I don't know if that's going to work. We can try, but it's also maybe going to leak here. So maybe I could like do a little bit of a barrier here. Like I'm just troubleshooting. I just don't want it leaking everywhere. Okay, so let's get this. Yeah, it's already leaked around the, look, I have little bits. Oof, that's from last week, I think. So we're going to make a bit of a mess. Let's get rid of that. And we'll get a little bit more. You can trim it. Yeah, I think I will have to trim it because it looks like it's a bit of a mess. And I hope I have enough resin. That's my thing here. And I think my work surface isn't super even. I have a feeling it's, because I put it on a paper, I should learn and actually put it more on a flat, like a really flat, hard surface. Because currently, it looks like, is that more another little piece of something? It looks like this thing is on a slant because I'm working on a piece of paper, but I think that's all right. Okay, I think that's good, and maybe I'll fill it up with something else after. So we're going to go ahead and get this guy. Okay, and I'm actually going to put my little stick under there too to cure it. So let me put that at the side. We could put our little pot too. I have to be careful. Remember last time you told me that I could burn my fingers with that, and I definitely don't want to do that. So that was good knowledge to have. I didn't know you could actually burn your fingers. I thought it was not harmful at all. Okay, so now let's make a paddle to go on top. Where is my sketch? So the paddle would go like that. And I was thinking to keep it really simple and just do a line with a loop and cure it with the resin. Okay, I need a color of 18 gauge wire that's going to contrast. So I'll see what colors I have. I have green, I have red. I don't have a lot of colored 18 gauge, but I would like to use a color so it can match on top. Oh, look, I have purple and I have, oh, these are nice. I have turquoise, purple, green. Let's get rid of that green. And so, I don't know, I keep veering towards purple and gold, and I think I told you guys last year that was my high school colors. So that's interesting. But what we can do is once it's cured, let's see what it's going to look like. And these are all the artistic wires. They sent me these years ago when they used to send me products all the time. And now how it works is I ordered them on Amazon and they reimburse me, which is very, very nice of them. So we've got that, and that. Okay. Okay, so we have our 4 colors there, and we're going to see what they do. Green or green? Green or green? Somebody likes green. Turquoise. Turquoise and gold. That's a good idea. Actually, you're right. Turquoise and gold looks really good. Let's do that. Okay. Okay, perfect. So let's put these little guys away. I have my little bag of little 18 gauge spools. And did I measure it on that or did I freehand it? I don't remember now. So we're going to make the paddles. I can work right off the roll and then I won't waste any. Let's smooth the wire a little bit. And it's such a beautiful day. We're going to straighten that out. And best way to do that, we're going to see. We'll get, I think I'm going to make the ends pretty like curved. Keep it stylized. Even though sometimes they're a little squared at the end, I think I'm going to try to do a curved one. So if we bring this one around, is this going to be too wide? Maybe. Might be a little bit wide. I think that might be a little bit wide. We're going to see. Oh, the thing went off. So let's just check. I'm going to put it on again, though, to be sure. Let's bring this guy over. Is that going to be a little wide? Also, is it the same size? I think it's pretty well the same size. I'm going to put this back. I'm going to put it under the UV light for a little longer. Perfect. And we're going to form our paddles. It's a little actually awkward working off the roll, so let's just go ahead and cut it there. And we're going to fix this. This side, maybe this one. Okay, perfect. Cool. Green water. Okay, so let's just do this. Perfect. Let's see if that's going to be okay. I think that's all right. And then what we want to do is bring this, I guess, over a bit. And then maybe should we bring it up on an angle? Maybe we'll bring it up on a bit of an angle. Okay. We can always remake this. It doesn't take a lot of wires, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Here. And there. Did you guys see that Amanda had made that cat based on her son's drawing? Oh my god, she did such a good job. Like, it's, I would say it's better than mine, the one that I did. It's just really, really beautiful. Her son must be delighted. It was so cute. The Smooshy cat. Yeah, there we go. Let's turn this down. So we just want to make like a very closed shape here for the paddle so we can fill that with resin. And I'm hoping I have a color that's like that. So this will be the length. Let's just wait and double check it's going to match with what I made. It's going to turn off in a second. And then I thought for another one we could use a bead. Something like this. This is just a bead. So all you have to do is make sure the bead's not going to flip. But I think I could do that. If you had a cabochon, you might want to outline it with wire. But for the bead, we might not even need an outline. I'm going to see. That's going to be our next one that we're going to try. Okay, I have no patience. Let's just remove that and check this. Okay, and just see, compare it to this here. That'll be up a bit, and then this one, I think that'll be good. Okay, let's put it back over here. 1, 2, 3. Let's make the other side. So we're going to bend this one out at an angle. We could go the other direction. Bring this down. And make it more or less the same size if we can. Does that look good? Pretty good. We'll bring it up a bit more. I think that's good. Like maybe could have made these wider. But you guys do it how you like. If you end up making one of these. I'm curious to know if Corey's gonna make one because you said you do kayak. So that would be cool. I don't know if I've ever actually kayaked. I have done the paddleboard yoga. That was it. And I've canoed at the cottage. But I haven't been to the cottage for a couple of years. But I don't think I've ever been in a kayak. My friend Diana used to have a kayak in Montreal near my house, but I never got around to trying it. And now she's moved to BC, so I guess I missed my window of opportunity. Okay, that's almost the right color. And let's see this one. Okay, this is, wow, I have 3 that are very similar. These are more blue. This is more green. Okay, so it's one of these. It's one of these. It's this more greeny one on the left, or the more bluey one on the right. Let me get the gold and see what it looks like. Well, this is the actual gold color, so there's the gold with that one, with that one. I'm undecided. What do you guys think? The more greeny one, Mirta, or the more bluey one? You guys let me know. Greeny or bluey? And then we'll do that, and we'll be set to put them together. Zoop, 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 zoop. Come on, light. Let's go. There's always a little bit of delay in the video too, so I never. Oh, this is what I'm doing. Okay, perfect. Let's do that. Bring it back, and then we need a different color. So we're gonna this will be dried now, so we'll just pop out that resin because once it's cured, you can just pop it out. Mix them both. Okay, Mustafa, you don't have to be difficult. That would require effort. Actually, it wouldn't be difficult at all. It would be super easy. So let's just do this. Green. I think we'll just go with the green a bit. And if it looks too green, we'll add a little bit of blue. Easy solution. So everybody's right. Okay, let's do this. And there's little bits in my thing which is causing me to get little lumps. And we need almost nothing. We almost don't even have to do it in the pot because we need so little. Why don't we just do it on the paper? Just a teeny bit. Well, first of all, we better get this thing. Okay, we're also gonna have to figure out how to, I don't know if that was a good idea doing these toothpicks. Let's remove those. Oh boy, I think that made it worse, but we'll fix it. Don't worry. So let's go ahead and put these here, making sure they're gonna be on, maybe up here. I just need them to sit flat, okay? There, let's just get these to really sit flat. Okay, so the toothpick idea wasn't the best. I think, like Corey said, just snap them off after you're done. We'll get a little bit of, just a teeny bit of resin, and then some of this stuff. We're gonna do this. Let's get both. And a little bit of that. Yeah. Nobody said you can't mix colors. Actually, we could do a kind of a marble effect, would be cool too. Okay. So we're going to bring that over here. See how it looks. Okay, so there's green. And let's add some blue. Oh, by the time we get here, there's going to be none left. I should have put the little puddles closer. I mean, those look good. I hope I mixed enough though. No, it's, oh, the other issue is it's probably sinking into the paper, which maybe isn't the best idea. I think maybe the pot would have been a better idea, because now we don't have much left. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to mix more. And probably I shouldn't have done it on the paper. But maybe now that it's sunk in there. Whew, what would happen if we did that? Just put it in there and mixed it in there. No, that would probably leak. So let's just do a little bit more. This time I'm gonna like put it right in there. Right there. Okay, and this one. And see if we can do that. Put that one over here. Let's just mix it on here like that. Make sure it's actually mixed. This one's a little more greeny, but that's okay. We're gonna put that on top. And we're gonna put that one in here. And here, make sure I have enough. Just kind of scooping it up a little bit. Okay. Like this one's good, that one's mixed. Let's mix it a little more. Okay, I might have to take it out with the toothpick. Mustafa, remember when I didn't know how to resin at all? And you're the one that told me about it, and you sent me all those really amazing resin pieces? Who would have thought I've been doing so much now? Thanks to you, because I wouldn't have probably even explored this if it wasn't for you suggesting it. Okay, I'm gonna just pull this out. I think I almost didn't mix enough, but if I could just scoop a little bit out of this spoon. Yeah, maybe you're better to mix a little too much than not enough, because now this one has too much, this one doesn't have enough, so we're gonna spread it a little bit. And I think that's all right. Okay. This is very finicky for one little paddle. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that under the light again. And then we can take it off and figure out what we can do. So I'm going to put that over there. And let's get started on something else. Ah, Latidra, how are you? I can't mess with resin as often as I'd like because my kiddos are, yeah. Oh yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's probably not the best for the fumes. That's for sure. Yeah, I probably should work by an open window. I actually bought a fume extractor thing, but that's more to do with the engraver. And it would probably be a little noisy to use right here, but maybe if I had a fan and just fanned it away from me, that might be an idea. So now we're going to try one this idea, and I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do that. So for that, let's just get some 20 gauge wire. Maybe the copper would look nice with that. So let's get some copper. I'll cut about, I don't know, 12 to 15 inches to be sure. There we go. Perfect. And, oh, I'm gonna get, oh, I didn't see your comment. Looks good as always. Thank you. We're having fun here. I need some water. Okay, I think I could put my mica powder away. I don't think we're gonna do any more resin with color. I will use some clear resin to put it all together. I do like to clean up as I go. Otherwise, it gets a little disastrous here. Oh, we'll need the resin. Okay, let's go ahead. How are we gonna do this? I can only go through the hole once. I think I'm gonna maybe do a little loop on the end to hold it in place. I'm gonna get my precision pliers because for those little loops, I really prefer these guys. And I will put the link for those in the description below the video. Amber tracked them down on Amazon, even though I bought these 35 years ago. Goodness knows where. Oh, I bought them in a hardware store. That's right, I bought them in Pascal Hardware, which no longer exists. It was a hardware store in NDG in Montreal. It's the area I used to live when I moved here. And I bought my first tools there to make jewelry. So I bought those ones. And I guess probably some flat pliers. And then there were other pliers that I bought. Oh, I ended up, when I pursued making jewelry, I discovered a wholesaler in Toronto, and I used to buy a lot of tools wholesale. And there were other like surplus stores in Toronto, and I used to go and buy other pliers and plastic tubing and wires and things at those places. I used to go to Toronto more often. I don't go so much anymore. I lived there for a while. Anyone kayaks? I think just Corey kayaks, eh? I think we discovered this Corey was a kayaker. Or Connie, do you kayak? Because you're near water. Okay, so now we want to come down and maybe we'll go ahead and form the loop at the top. I also want to make sure it doesn't twist. So let's go ahead and do our loop. We're just kind of troubleshooting here. We're not 100% sure what we're doing. But, and we're going to do that. And, am I too close to the camera? I do, although not much lately. Ah, yes. Write down on a list what to do when the kids grow up. That's funny. That's actually really funny. Yeah, I don't know if there's, I mean, we used to work at home, so Mimi just got used to not like touching things and getting into things, and she was a very careful child, so she never really got into anything. Now, what I want to do here is, I think I do want to bring it down to the side. Okay, so I'm going to bring it around here to outline it. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I wanted to outline it, but I think I do want it outlined. And then the other thing is, to hold the paddle in place, I might want to do a little loop. So let's try that. We're going to try a little loop here. Okay. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. We're going to see. Because they don't have little loop things on kayaks, but I am going to need to somehow get it to stay in place. So as an experiment, we're going to try a loop. I feel like my camera's too close now. Let me just bring it in a little bit. Okay. Now, is that Ledija? Is that how we pronounce your name? Hello, hello. Okay, so let's bring this one around here. I should have made a little, maybe had a little bit more space to wrap around this loop here. Oh, that's another thing I could do. Actually, rather than wrap it, why don't we just open the loop? Okay, oh, other way. Let's just open the loop and put the wire through. That would work. Oh, that's a great idea actually. So I just put the wire through the loop. I was going to twist it around, but that's going to be really bulky. So I just went ahead and put it through there and close that up. Make sure it catches the wire, and we're going to bring it back up. We don't have any lakes or rivers in indoor, but here in Bhopal, where I am currently for college, there are some lakes. That's so cool. Oh, so you're in a different city now, Mustafa. That's really cool. Are you in a residence? I didn't know that. That's awesome. There we go. Yeah, I went away to school as well. It was really fun. Okay, so let's pinch this in a little bit more. Maybe I want it more pointy there. I'm trying to get a little more pointy at the end, but it doesn't, I don't think it has to be super pointy. Oh yeah, intertubing, riding on a flat donut. Oh, we used to do that at the cottage. That was fun. Although our motorboat was very slow, so we weren't, like, our neighbors had all these fancy boats and stuff, but we didn't have too many fancy boats. We had like an old Arctic motorboat thing that my dad had for fishing, so it kind of did the job. It wasn't, I wouldn't call it that exciting, but it was fun. So now I've done a loop on either side. I don't know if this is going to work as well as I would have liked, but we're going to bring this one up here, and we're just going to take this around and finish it off. And I think I'll put any other detail after with a thinner wire. So this is our basic shape, and maybe we'll take a picture of this so we have it. Okay. Moving in residence next semester. I'm in my college dorms. Cool. That's so fun. Wow. I lived in a residence called Arts House, so it was all fine arts students that lived in this one residence, and it was really cool. We did a lot of really fun activities. I'm going to take a picture of this, and you know, we had movie nights and parties and talent nights and all kinds of random stuff. And I don't consider myself to be the most, you know, always the most sociable person. Well, certainly not the most outgoing person, but I definitely came out of my shell in university and residence, that's for sure. Okay, so now let's do the paddle. I think we could go with the same one. And for the paddle, I think what we're going to have to do is do it as we did before, and I'm not sure how much detail I want to put on it, but let's go ahead and turn this around. We are on a lake in North Frontenac, so anytime you want to kayak, aw, that'd be fun. That'd be really North Frontenac. I'll have to look that up. I'm not sure how far that is from Ottawa, but that would be super fun. One day, that would be amazing. Okay, this isn't quite, I want to bring this in a little bit. I haven't traveled in a while either. I would definitely like to do more traveling. Okay, let's bring this over here. Bend this down. I haven't heard of North Frontenac. Our cottage is on Round Lake, which is near Pembroke, Ontario. The closest town is called Killaloe. It's a tiny little town that has 700 people, I think. So now we're going to take this. I'm actually going to twist it a couple of times, I think. I don't know, I'm just feeling the twist. So we've got that. We're going to clip it. Oh, most of us here. Clip it. Remember that? I even forget who it was. It was some lady that did, I think, more like stitching videos or something. Okay, so here's our little paddle so far, but now before we secure it, we're going to have to put it through both of these. Now these have to be at an angle, so the paddle will be in the right position. So we're just bending these so they're at an even angle, okay? Ice skating? Oh, that'd be fun. That's so cool. There's no arenas? I have to come to Montreal because there's lots of skating here. Our little town of Point Claire has its own little skating rink out in the middle of the village. Like, it's a village. It's just a suburb of Montreal. But in the summer, there's an ice cream place called Wild Willie's, and there's a big field. Like, it used to be a gas station, I think, years ago, and then they turned it into a grassy area for people just to sit and stuff. They have concerts there, and in the winter they build an artificial skating rink, so it's refrigerated. So even if the weather goes over 0, it's still ice rink, which is amazing. And some winters I go more often than others. They started it during that 2020 nightmare, and just to give people something to do, something that they could do safely outdoors. And it just, people loved it. So they still do the skating rink. I'm trying to get this out. It's not at a good angle. And it's really, really fun. So I do that in the winter. And when I lived in Ottawa, of course, they have the canal. Corey, you've probably been on the canal, the Rideau Canal, which is like several kilometers of ice rink on a canal, which is really cool. You just gotta, your ankles were so wobbly. Yeah, it's hard to get good skates. And I've tried men's skates just for comfort wise, and I don't like them, but at least, because my feet get really cold. But with this man-made ice rink, you can go skating when it's not too cold. So I'm not like going out at -20 or anything like that. I would, I have my limits, like -10, I think is the coldest that I would want to go out. But so I'm good with women's skates now because I'm not, my feet don't get so cold. Okay, I finally got this through the 2 little loops. Doesn't it look cute? It looks awesome, actually. Holiday on ice. Cool. Corey, I had ice skating lessons when I was about 5 or 6. It's so cold, I know, eh? Oh my goodness. Boy, you think Canadians would be a little more resistant to the cold. But I was just saying to Mimi the other day that finally, after so many years, I actually can tolerate the cold. Whereas before, I just would get so cold, and I found winter really unbearable. But now I don't know, maybe with age I've just have a tolerance, or maybe less of a sensitivity, and so I can tolerate the cold much more now than I used to be able to, and I dread the winter much less. So that's good. Winter's different. It's there's always a little bit of panic when winter starts, because you're so used to the freedom in the summer, just going out whenever you want, wearing whatever you want. But once I would say, there's a little transition period, and then you kind of get used to it, and then it's suddenly over. So yeah, it's funny. It's fun living in a climate with so much variety. Okay, so we're getting the other paddle in there. Maybe I'll take a picture because it's good to have pictures of it in stages. I'm happy with how this is turning out. Holiday on Ice. Is that a TV show? What is? I don't even know what Holiday on Ice is. I know they have Stars on Ice. They used to have that, I think, in Ottawa. And then they have Disney on Ice. I don't know what Holiday on Ice. Hi, Angela. Oh, thank you. I'm having a lot of fun with these kayaks. Yeah, it's been a real challenge to trying to figure out the designs. Okay, so now we do have the paddle, but the question is, we don't want it to do that, right? So I think what we're going to have to do, and it's actually going to work perfectly because it's going to also prevent this stone from twisting. So all we have to do now is bring this across the back, okay, over here, right across the back, and then we're going to take it and bring it up and around to fix it in place. How easy is that? Yay. So we're going to clip that, pinch in the pokey end. if you want these to be even, you take one in one side, one in the other, and let's make sure they're parallel. So that's that. Let me grab a little sip of water. But let's add some detail. Like that's nice like that. It's a little plain. So what can we do to add some detail to that? Let's get some thinner wire. How about 22? If I have 22 in the copper, this is 22, I might even get some thinner wire. I mean, I could do this does not look like 22. It is though. So I have this in 22, which is maybe more orange than copper. I'm thinking 24. Let's get 24 gauge. I think 22 is going to be too thick. So let me get my bin of 24. Here we go. Oh, I lost my slipper. I feel like Cinderella. When my parents moved, we had a bunch of extra bins. So I got a bunch of these bins, which are, I believe they're the size that you put legal papers in. So I got a bunch of these bins, and I used to keep all my wires in zippy bags, but I find it much easier in the bin because they don't rip or anything. So this is my bin with 26 and 24 gauge wire. And these are all my colors. This is more of a tarnish resistant brass. I have gold. But do I have copper? I have this. Yeah, maybe I'll use this. This is like a thinner copper. Oh, look at that. I should put it in a bag so it doesn't unravel. Okay, so that's 24 gauge copper wire. I'm gonna get a zippy bag. I bought these zippy bags and I didn't realize they're all different colors. I guess it's maybe for people that have multiple children and they need different color bags for each child, or if someone's gluten intolerant and then they're vegan, someone's dairy intolerant, and someone just can't eat anything. So they're all in categories, I guess. But I don't need to categorize the wire, but I will put it in a bag so it doesn't go all over the place. I use lock and lock storage containers for all of mine. What is a lock and lock storage? Is that the same type of thing? And what size are they? I keep mine in a bin and the rest in a box. Good. Yeah, I think the bins are the best bet, eh? Bags, at some point they start to deteriorate. They tear. The wire pokes through them, and they're not practical to stack or anything too. So this is much better. So let's get a piece of the copper about a foot. Maybe I should be writing this down. So 12 inches times 24 gauge. And what was the other one? Did I use 12 inches for the base and 12 inches for 20 gauge? I don't remember. Something like that. I'm really happy with how this is turning out. I hope that the details will make it look good too. So sometimes with kayaks they have little X's on them. I thought that would give it, but I also, I forgot to do that. That's what I forgot to do. Okay, let's see. You're in bags, but then stored in a box. Good idea. Nice. Good idea by color. That's smart. Okay, I don't know if I cut a long enough piece because we're gonna have to go around and then let's try it. So we're gonna do the little seat area. How big? Maybe like that. So we go around like that. If we do a little seat, see, this is how it looks. There's like a little seat and then the X's and I was gonna say O's. It's just X's. Okay, we're gonna do this. Bring this one around. And then this one, bring this one around here. There, it's coming along. I also use bags inside the containers. Nice. Yeah, some of mine are in bags, mainly because I'm too lazy to hook the end and they end up going ping everywhere. Yeah, what Mustafa do the same. Yeah, yeah. Bags and boxes. Okay, so this is cute. I should have thought about this before because now this is pulled a little tight, but I think I can maybe lift this a bit. Oh, I should have thought of that first. If I could try to loosen this up a bit without ruining the, yeah, next time I would maybe add the seat first, but I think I can lift it up enough. I'm gonna bring this one through here. That's gonna go underneath. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, we're gonna do this. There, so that went underneath, and then you could squeeze that a little bit. And from there, it's centered. There, and we're gonna bring this, and we wanna somehow do the X's and O's. X's and O's, why am I saying that? So we're gonna take this, I'm just winding it. I feel like I'm gonna actually just do a little cheat and wind it around the paddle to hold it in place. Okay, we're gonna bring like that. And then this one we're gonna bring to the back and then up. Let's push this one in a little bit. Let's bring this one in a little bit more. I guess I could have gone under this line, but it's okay if you go over it, I guess. It's just a little subtle difference. So we're going to bring this one around here and then up. I don't know, I kind of feel like I want to put it underneath, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it in there. This is where you kind of use your creative license and decide how you want to do things. But if I stick it right in there, see if it actually, yeah, so that went actually under there. I think I like it better. We're going to bring this one up this way and then around here. So it's secured. Looks a little funky on the back, but that's okay. So we're going to take that here and we're going to take this one up. And I guess back down, but I don't want it, I want to go under the paddle. So let's just bring it under the paddle. Okay, up there, and then over here, straight across the back. And then, see, it goes over the wire in both places, but I think it's all right. We're just going to bring it here. Oh, it looks good. And then maybe I'll just go around here again. It's thin wire, so even if it's bunched up a little bit there, it's all right. Ordered 5 smaller containers. Oh my goodness. Just multiply it by 3. That's so funny. Okay, so we've got our X there, and then we want to do the same down here to make it a little more decorative. And we're just going over those things. Oh, can you guys hear my stomach? It's making funny noises. That's what happens when you eat raw cabbage for lunch. Okay, we're gonna go like that and like that. So there's our little X at the bottom. And then I guess to finish it, we'll do the same. We'll bring it straight across, okay? We'll bring it here, and we'll bring it, okay, let me fix this. Hold it straight across and then wind it around the paddle again. Even though it's a lot of winding wire, it's thin wire, so you won't really see it too much. 8 were filled in no time. Oh my goodness, I just did a purge in my studio. I had so much stuff. I got rid of a bunch of stuff. And then they had that big item and toxic waste drop-off thing, so I was able to get rid of a lot of old paint supplies that were no longer in good enough shape to use. So look how cute that is, guys. I love that. It's so fun, and I'll take pictures later of the back and the front so you can see what it looks like. But that worked out super well. So that's the kayak with the thing. And let's go ahead and see what's happening with this guy and remove it. So I have to, hopefully that cured enough for that. should just snap off. Yeah, that one worked. So we're going to snap that off. And I just had a 10 by 12 shed. That's awesome. That's great. Yeah, I saw pictures. That's so awesome. Okay, hopefully this is cured enough. I think it should be. So we will remove the paddle here. That looks good. And then this one, this is what we're going to find out if we have to figure out how to trim this thing. Okay, I'm going to just remove it from the paper. We don't need that. Put those there. And we're going to bring it here and peel it back to remove that. Move the paper. Okay. Any tips on how to snap this stuff off? I guess sometimes I'll just use my cutters to snap little bits off. I think it works pretty well. We'll just snap the extra off. Yeah, I probably didn't need to do that toothpick hack. I don't know if it was beneficial or harmful. We're going to do this. But it seems to work okay with the 18 gauge wire. I'm not sure I would go as thin as 20 gauge for this type of project. 18 gauge has a little more substance to it. Okay, we're trying to get in there with our cutters to get that. I had the plumber come today. We live in an old bungalow that's like built in the 50s, and we have all the old metal pipes, and they've been plugging, like the sink plugged a couple weeks ago, and then they came and declogged the sink, and then the bathtub backed up, and I just duct taped the hole and plunged it, and it did seem to come out. And so I got the guy, they said, oh, you know, at some point you're going to have to change all your plumbing, and you know, it's like a $2,000 job. And so I got the head honcho to come today to give us a quote. Really nice guy. If anyone's in Montreal, Precision Plumbing, Jason is his name, and he's the owner, and he's been running the business for 15 years. They're amazing. He has a huge team. And so he came and gave us some advice and was saying, you know, his advice would be not to do the big job right away, just to see how, you know, it runs, and continue to clean it, but never use Drano because it's going to destroy your pipes. So we stopped using Drano. And he said, I couldn't figure out how to get the thing out of the bathtub. They had changed it a couple of years ago, so I unscrewed it, and he said, oh, just get some pliers. So I got my pliers, not these ones, some like it, and he said, just pull the hair out, and then you can, it should be better, it should work okay. And so I pulled the hair out. I swear there was like enough to make a wig. It was ridiculous. And so now it works perfectly, and we saved $2,000 not having to fix it right away. But you know, you know, you only know when you know, and so I was happy he told us all about that. So that was good. So there is our little cute guy, and we have to attach this. Now, how are we going to do this in a way that it's going to actually, now I see it's flipping. So how am I going to do this in a way that it's actually going to sit, and it has to touch both hands. Okay, so if we do it like that, I'm not 100% sure. I guess I'm going to have to put a dab of resin in each place here for it to sit properly. Now this thing is funny. I'm going to put a bit under my computer because it's bunching up a little bit. I need like a more, you know what I'm going to get is a plate. Turned out super cute. Thank you. So let's get a plate, because this will be flat. Okay, this will be flat. There we go. That's better. I should have thought of that before. And let's go ahead and put a little dab of resin where we want it to stick. Plastic hair catcher. Good idea. Old pipes too. Yeah, well that's the thing. I don't want to start changing all the pipes in the house. Then they have to tear out walls and this and that. I'm like, I just hope I didn't do too much damage on the pipes using Drano. But why do they even sell Drano if it's bad for your pipes? That's what I don't understand. Like, why would they sell a product that's going to eat away at your pipes? Any plumbers in the house? Anyways, I'm stopped using that. Oh, for sure, I'm not going to use it again. So let's put a couple of dabs of resin, okay, like that. And we can add a little more after, but for now, let's just put a couple here that are gonna hold this in place, in the right place. Then I can add more resin after. So I'm gonna start with that. I think that's pretty good. Oh no, this has to go up a little more maybe to be even. It's not accurate, but that's okay. So let's just put that in. I'm gonna move that over, and I'll put a little bit more after. Let's look at our things. Vinegar and baking soda. Okay, that's a good idea. Okay, I'll do that. Vinegar and baking soda. That's smart. Yeah, because I think the new plug we have in the bathtub has its own hair catcher. It seems to. Like I just pulled all the hair out and it seems to have caught in that place. So I think it's designed for that. But the vinegar and baking soda, I'll keep that in mind for sure. So we did this one and we did that one with the bead. But if you want to do this same type of thing with a cabochon, you could. You're just going to have to do a little woven or coil or something edge to it. Actually, just a coil would probably be fine too. Like, you know, those Peruvian earrings, something like that. So if I find a decent, you know what would be really cool is sea glass. Like say you go on a kayaking trip, you pick up some sea glass. Chances are it's not going to be that shape, but you could probably get it cut or file it or something with a grinder. But that would be cool with a souvenir stone or sea glass from a trip. And then you do this. We have a friend, her son went on a huge kayaking adventure to raise money down the coast of the States down to I think as far as Mexico, and I should try to find a link to that, but he was in the news and everything. I'm gonna find a link to that. That was her name is Patricia, it's her son. I'm gonna see if I can find that because it was a really cool story. Maybe he'd like something like that. Good. So what I'm going to do is just let that go, and then I'll add a little more resin, and that'll be it. So you guys tell me which one is your favorite. We have that one, and then remember from last week we have this guy from the paddleboard, and we have that one which is more elaborate, and then we had the one with the puppy which was so cute, and then we had that complete fail of a paddle, which I'm still determined to do something like that, but with a flat wire, but I haven't quite decided what I would do. I'm going to think about it. So this one, I'm going to add more resin to this, but just so you guys could see, here's this one. So he's got potential too, definitely has potential. Or you could do this one in this style with just wire and not resin. So that's it for the kayaks and paddle boards. Thank you, Sasha, for originally requesting them. Okay, that's cool, Connie. Okay, I'm gonna flip the screen. I won't be able to see your comments anymore, but if ever you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. I'm gonna flip the screen. And don't forget to, if you're around at 3 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, to listen to Mirta's Friends live stream. I'm going to link that in the community section so you guys can see. And Mirta, if I remember, even if I'm out and about, I'll try to at least hop on to say hello. I don't know how long the video is. It looks like it might be pretty elaborate because he's making a jig. So we'll see about that. And let me know in the comments which was your favorite make of the day. If you have any requests for next week, I don't think I have anything on the docket for next week, so you guys let me know if there's something you want me to make next week. I guess pretty soon we'll have to start working on Halloween already. It's hard to believe. Thank you, Amber, always for moderating the chat. I super appreciate you always taking the time to be here. I know you're super busy with all your fur babies and everything. And also, Mustafa, thank you so much for hopping on, taking time from your busy schedule. Congratulations on your new university adventure. Be sure to share pics of your work, what you're working on. We all want to know. And if there's anything you want me to share with people in the community section, I would love to share some of your projects and stuff. That would be amazing. So have an amazing rest of the day. Enjoy the sunshine if it's sunny in your parts. If it's nighttime, sweet dreams. And we will see you guys the next time. Bye.